Not much left of the old town of Praco, Alabama. It was founded as a coal mining company town, so the coal mine owned the town. And when the coal mines closed down, the houses went into disrepair even though people were still living there. The only thing that's really left of Praco is this old coal silo. But I want to share what I have found, so stick around and maybe you can learn something just like I did. What I understand is this is the location of the old commissary, the store for the mines and the mining families. The old commissary used to be right here, and now there's just a bunch of trash that people have dumped out here. So here's what you need to know. I got a tip on the town of Praco and did some research and found this old map and this picture of the town of Praco from the 70s. And here is what I saw that very same day. And this is what is left of the town of Praco. And the only thing you can see are the remnants of the old mine and the silo behind the trees here. But I wasn't giving up. I noticed at this gate just across the street from the old commissary site, there was a sign with a name and a phone number. So I called the phone number. The elderly gentleman that answered the phone was hesitant at first because I'm not good at explaining what kind of craziness that I do when I'm riding around on my motorcycle. But eventually he was convinced that it was okay and I was not a serial killer, and invited me back to his home on the other side of the river. So I headed that way, and he was nothing but very helpful with pictures and his memories back in the day of Praco, and shared both his pictures and his home and all of his memories with me.
Praco mines closed in the early 50s, and most of the people that lived around here was back during the war, World War II, or the end of the World War II, moved to Indiana up north where they could get a job. The coal mines were closing and most everybody left here. Right. Well, the houses that were here, they started tearing them down, and they sold a lot of them to different people that they moved them from around different places. Anyway, there's one of them out here, and my son had one moved from, it was over here at Birmingport. My brother had one moved from Birmingport up the road here, an old house. But the Maxine, Praco, Powhatan, Flat Top, Wiggery, Quintown, anyway, it's all in this area here. Mm-hmm. And it was all mining camp back at that time. Right. And it's all gone now. Mm-hmm.
So Mr. McCarty continued to describe all the communities that popped up around the mines. Several people call them mining camps. But most of the towns that he described no longer existed. The mining companies no longer needed the employees, and they soon started tearing down the houses and strip mining the adjacent land. Most of the residents of these towns moved on once the mines closed up, but a few lingered and were forced to move when the mining companies came in and tore the houses down. Sadly, these communities sprang up with the mines, and they fell as the mines closed. There's something very interesting to see that's a pattern in this area.
That's the old bridge that used to be here. It comes across here.
That's the one right over here, yeah.
Yeah.
I've stopped down in here before, but it's been years.
This is the third bridge that's been here.
Wow.
But that was the bridge that was there when I was a kid.
Okay.
Just a one way. Here's the mouth of that tunnel. Uh-huh. The train ran off the track there and rolled in the river. That's back in early 1900, 1917, something like that.
Huh.
And that's the bluff, and that's a bunch of people back at that time when there weren't that many, probably a lot of them from Praco and Powhatan, Maxine, Lebuca, Flat Creek, Wigger, and all of them little places
Okay.
was around here.
So it was great hearing the stories from Mr. McCarty and seeing the pictures that he had and to see what is left of Praco. I also wandered over to Powhatan the same day and met a couple more people that gave me some history of Powhatan. And there is something still there at Powhatan, but it's not houses. But apparently there is a cemetery at the top of this hill, and I will share that information with you next time and talk about the country club at Powhatan right here on the river, across the river from Birmingport, next time. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button and share the video with your friends.